And right now we're going to start by making some no-bake Eskimo cookies. But the nice thing about these cookies is you don't have to run your stove, so you don't run your electric or your gas for a long period of time, so that way it saves resources. So what we have here to make these cookies is we have some butter. We have 3/4 cups of butter and 3/4 cups of sugar. You want to make sure the butter is softened. You wonder, how do I soften my butter? You simply just leave it out on your counter. You can leave it overnight. It just takes a little while for it to go from refrigerator temperature to room temperature. So what you want to do is you want to take your mixer, and this doesn't require a lot of electricity at all. You just want to cream them together. So you just simply put them in your mixer, turn your mixer on, and turn on to a pretty medium speed so that it mixes together quite nicely. And you just want to let it do that until it gets well combined. You can also mix this by hand if you want to. I just like to use a mixer to save time. Now that it's well combined, what you want to do is you want to take your spatula and you want to scrape down the sides of the bowl so that when you add your other ingredients, they will mix in with the butter and the sugar. Now the nice thing about these cookies is these are ingredients that you probably already have on hand, or you can just pick up at the store, at any store. They're not anything that you have to find special. So now what you want to add in is you want to add in some vanilla. You want to add about a teaspoon of vanilla. So, and if you ever get confused about which one is a teaspoon or tablespoon, tablespoon is a bigger one. You think, you know, table, and then teaspoon is a smaller one. You think of a teacup. So go ahead and add that. Then you want to add a tablespoon of water. And I have this handy measuring cup, so I'm just gonna toss that in there. Then you need to add 3 tablespoons of unsweetened cocoa powder. You can find that in the baking section of your local grocery store. Oh, looks like I'll have just enough here. Maybe a little more. Now, I'll tell you this, when you're using cocoa powder and you're mixing it with the mixer, don't turn your beater on high right away or turn it up. You want to do that slowly and so that it's well combined. So, because otherwise you're going to get powder all over the place. So I'm going to start on low and let it combine, and then we'll add the other ingredients. So now we've scraped out the side of the bowl, we've let this mix up here, and it's really well combined. So we're going to turn that off, and I'm going to, again, scrape it off the mixer here. Okay, then you want to add 2 cups of rolled oats. So you take your measuring cup and you measure . Okay. Side. Then you get them to start mixed in as well. I'm just going to give it a quick scraping just because I see there's some stuff on the bottom. Now the nice thing about these cookies is that you put them in the fridge, so they kind of, once you get them formed, you put them in the fridge. So you could make these for like a potluck, you know, make them the night before, and then they're ready to go the next day. And they are very tasty and obviously easy to make. now everything's well combined. And then, now what you want to do is, well, before any cooking or baking project, you always want to wash your hands. But you want to make sure your hands are obviously clean because you're going to roll these into little balls. So I'm just going to go make sure my hands are washed. I'm going to get my mixer out of here so I have more room. So now you want to take a shallow tray, cookie sheet, whatever. I just use this glass baking dish that I have. Then you want to take some powdered sugar. There's about 1/3 of a cup in here. If you have a plate or a shallow dish like this, because you're going to roll the little cookie balls in there. So you want to take about 1 inch or so size ball. You should get about 30 to 36 of them, and then you just form them like that. And then you just roll them in the powdered sugar. If you don't want to use the powdered sugar, you can just do this, leave them, put them in there as is, because they are going to firm up, but this makes it a little bit less sticky. So I'm just finishing up the last one here, and it looks like we got about 25, and I did kind of variations in sizes. As you can see, the larger they are, the less you're going to get, and the smaller they are, the more you're going to get. So now you want to put these in the fridge to cool, kind of makes them set up a little bit. I mean, obviously you can just eat them as they are, but we're going to go ahead and slide them in the fridge. So you just go ahead and slide those in your fridge for a couple hours, pull them out, and enjoy.